airport where it's more common to take a photo of your feet than it is of your face. That place is none other than Oregon's very own Portland International Airport. Today, it sits along the Columbia River in northeast Portland, but its beginnings start back in the 1920s. Retired Portland State Urban Studies professor Carl Abbott.
This is a time when people are beginning to think about the possibilities of commercial aviation.
Portland, wanting a municipal airport of its own, set their eyes on Swan Island.
Originally was an island until the 1920s, when river was dredged and a lot of the dredge spoils were heaped up onto Swan Island to flatten it out and connect it to the east side of the river.
On September 14th, 1927, the Swan Island Airport was open for business. It even brought about a famous face. That man, well, that's noted aviator Charles Lindbergh. Fresh off his trip across the Atlantic, he and his plane, the Spirit of St. Louis, touched down in front of a crowd of people.
According to the newspapers, he landed as light as a feather.
By the mid-1930s, the airport quickly outgrew its spot on Swan Island and moved to its current location, opening on October 13th, 1940.
It opened as Portland Columbia Airport.
Then in 1948, facilities were needed to handle international airline operations.
That's Oregon Governor Robert Holmes speaking during a 1958 dedication of an expansion at the airport, happening only a few short years after the airport had changed its name once again. Officially, it's now known as Portland International Airport. Many know it as simply PDX. Those three letters aren't random, they're actually assigned by the International Air Transport Association. The P is easy, the D, well, that's just the end of Portland. But the X?
The X is it's a placeholder.
That's not a joke. In the late 1940s, the IATA started assigning three-letter codes after an increase in airports popped up, leading to a shortage of two-letter codes. So, taking the National Weather Service symbol of PD, it added an X. Portland became PDX. A couple other airports also added the X. Phoenix went from PH to PHX. Los Angeles went from LA to LAX. So next time you claim your bags with the tag reading PDX, now you know that's what's in a name. Well, there you go. There's literally hundreds of airport codes around the world in every airport, big and small. So PDX got off pretty easy, but there's a few that might make a middle schooler laugh. So whenever you're in Russia, there's an airport code with PEE. That's number one. Number two is POO in Brazil. We'll send it back to you guys.
Of course. I'm the middle schooler on the set.
Never
I'm
mind
here
the middle
giggling.
schoolers.
You guys, you know that spells pee and poo, right? There you go.
Very much
Thank you. Spell it out there.